inside the offices of Pollack, Ice, and DeCicco to speak to my brethren, Adam Handler. What's going on, Adam?
What's up, buddy? You always got to give praise, so thanks for that.
Amen to that. Amen to that, my friend.
Happy Friday, man. We did it. Another week.
Another week, man. Another week. And we're grateful and we're thankful, man. So tell our listeners, how's it going at the offices of Adam Handler, the case handler?
It's going well, man. We had an anniversary a couple days ago. Okay. The 17th of February is my anniversary. I call it Emancipation Day.
Okay.
That's when I left my prior firm and started my own practice. And we just reached 4 years of case handler activity, case handler success, case handler sharing the good love and the vibes out there. So we're really excited to see what the next, hopefully, 30, 40 years will do. So we're building and building every year, knock on wood.
Yeah.
It's been a bigger and better year for case handler clients. As I'm sure everybody out there knows, most of those clients that I just referred to are from the Caribbean or have family from the Caribbean. Many of them are out-of-status immigrants. And we just do special things here. I can never guarantee a future result, but if you want an attorney that's going to fight for you, like your family, not just a file. It's going to fight for you to make sure that you get the most money possible for your injury, for your time out of work, for your medical bills, and for everything that you and your family have gone through. Then you'll save this number. Hopefully you never need it, but God forbid you do. You're going to be happy that you have it.
Indeed. And, I was watching, I looked at your post the other day, and the team is growing too, Adam, your team.
Yeah, it is. We're bigger than ever now. So we have myself and Matthew, the attorneys, of course. We have Sandra, who's been with me for 10 years. We have Ava, who's been with me for, I believe, now 6 years. We have Athena, who recently came aboard at the end of last year. And we just picked up another wonderful paralegal, Ruby, that started about 2 weeks ago. So she's learning the ropes and ingratiating herself into what we do here. And everything's been going great so far. So with great thanks to everybody out there. We continue to fight the good fight for those victims of negligence, fight for the underdog, fight for those that can't fight for themselves, and do what we need to do.
Indeed. And you're having a record first quarter so far. I mean, the first 2 months have been amazing, Adam, in settlements.
Yeah. We're cooking. Remember that game, NBA Jams? Remember that game? Mm-hmm. And when after 3 baskets, he heated up, and then he's on fire.
Oh my gosh!
And then every time he threw a shot, it would be like a flaming basket.
Right, and the more you're on fire, the more you don't miss. I remember that game.
Exactly.
That's a way.
So right now we gotta get it while the getting's good. We have a big case on for Monday. Big construction accident. Traumatic brain injury, fractured skull. This gentleman was hurt at work, and can you imagine? He lost his sense of taste. He can't taste food anymore. It's a huge case. It's a difficult case because, of course, the employer has got everybody against him, saying that he caused the accident, which we know through the evidence is impossible. But if it doesn't settle at the mediation on Monday, we'll have our day in court hopefully within the next 60 days.
Wow. That is interesting, and
that's not his. I mean, he's got other things going on, but it's the first time I've ever represented an individual that has lost the sense of taste and smell.
And how do you prove that, Adam? I mean.
Well, that's a very good point. There are ways. Well, first of all, we were able to show through diagnostic testing and MRIs and CT scans that there are injured portions of his brain.
Okay.
And we're able to say that these portions of your brain control certain functions, motor functions and sensory functions. So we're able to show that way. But he's been, getting neurological testing since the day of the accident, and these are all consistent complaints. He's gained a considerable amount of weight because he has to use a lot of salt and sugar on his food just to try to taste something. He's become pre-diabetic because of all the sugar. He's on medication to control that. Since the accident, his cholesterol has gone crazy. His blood pressure's gone crazy. So there are other factors to show that his body is compensating for that. So very interesting case, very interesting case, and hopefully we can bring it home for him and his family.
Indeed, indeed. Again, everyone, if you tune into the program, you might have been in an accident right now, but just in case, jot the number down, save it where you save your important numbers. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. That's the number for Adam Handler, the case handler, the baddest in our neck of the woods. Now, Adam, there's something I saw on TV yesterday, and I wanted to ask you if the person had a case. A person was driving, you have the trains that are elevated. They're driving under the train tracks, and a piece of wood flew through the windshield and struck the passenger seat. Now, the lady that was driving it, she was really, really shaken up. Now, even though she wasn't hit with the wood, does she have a case? Could she pursue anything?
It's a tough case. Well, so where did the wood come from?
It came off of the train tracks from the train above.
I see, yeah.
A huge piece. I mean,
she could possibly have a claim for negligent infliction of emotional distress.
Okay.
But those are hard cases to prove. I mean, first of all, you have to prove that there was an act that could cause something like that, and be able to prove medically, just like the sense of taste. How do you prove emotional damages? Of course, you're going to have to see a psychotherapist and have a professional evaluate you. But I'm more concerned with the liability, because the MTA or the Transit Authority, whoever, I don't know which specific railroad this is, but you have to prove that they either negligently maintained the track. Was it like one of those railroad ties almost?
Oh no, actually it's like I don't know if you like White Plains Road. Remember back in the days when the train was on White Plains Road and you used to drive under, so something like that. I'm not sure where it was in New York.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, the analysis would have to be, number one, did the railroad negligently either place or create a condition which would allow that wood to become dislodged, or did they have notice of a defective condition?
Okay.
Was one of these, they do repairs on the railroad at a time.
Right.
Is it something that was always coming undone, and is it foreseeable that vehicles traveling either adjacent to it or under it could become damaged if debris fell? So there's a lot to discover, but
tough one if she wasn't hit by
me. I'd be happy to speak to her and see what we can do. We would obviously conduct a full investigation before we did anything, because I always say I'm willing to speak to anybody, and I'm willing to give an honest shot, but I also work on a contingency fee, meaning I don't get paid unless and only until I'm successful for you, right? So we always say there's no risk to the client. If you've got a case, you bring it to us. There's no risk to you, no reason why you shouldn't have what you believe to be the best possible attorney fighting for you. But at the same time, there's risk on my end too, because for me to be working on a case that is not going to yield a result for the client, then essentially I'm working, as they say, pro bono. Which I don't mind doing in many circumstances, but when you're investing your time and money in a case which could be complex like that, we have to ensure that we're fighting for a winner. So a million different variables, but I'm definitely going to look at that story online. As soon as we get off, I'm going to Google it and see what the story is, because I'm curious myself now about it.
It's all over the news, and I'm just curious. Now, for those tuned into the program, again, you might not be in an accident right now, but I urge you all, please save Adam's number, just in case. His number is 844-774-3529. You can call him day or night if you're in an accident through no fault of your own, whether it's on a job, whether it's in a car accident, whether it's medical malpractice, whether you slip and fell on somebody's premises. Jot the number down and give a call. Again, that number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. And seems like Fridays just fly at them.
Yeah, they do, man. They do. Well, let's get the information out to the good people. Like I said, hopefully you never need that number, but God forbid you do. There's going to be an attorney on the other end that cares, that's responsible, that's responsive, and wants to fight and make right the wrong, as they say.
And again, that number, Adam Handler, the case handler. And here's the number, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. You'll be back on with Jabba later?
Sounds good.
All right. Take care, my friend.
Later, brother.
Adam Handler, the case handler. Jot his number down. Give it a call. You got any questions, call him right now.